Now we're at profit sharing. So since the international oil company up until this point has fronted all of the costs and expenses throughout the entire 3 phases of the production sharing agreement, you would expect that the lion's share, or the greatest share of the profit oil, would go to the international oil company. But in almost every case, the opposite is actually true. Profit oil is going to be the amount of oil, of course, available for distribution after all the costs and expenses of production have been netted out and recouped by the investors. In most instances, the profit oil is going to be distributed based on tranches of production. Typically with the host government receiving the greater allocation of production, and that greater percentage typically increases as the production rates rise. So let's take a look at an example of a proposed profit oil split between the government of Tanzania's model production sharing contract. And this is fairly typical of what you would typically see in terms of a sliding scale profit oil allocation. So here, and hopefully you can see it, we've got the government of Tanzania on the left side, and on the left side of the chart, and we've got their profit oil split for the first 13,000 or so barrels of oil at 70% of production, leaving this fictional contractor or international oil company, which would be the ABC company, at 30%. And as you can see, these tranches actually increase. So they actually increase all the way down to 90% for the government and 10% for the international oil company as you rise to 100,000 barrels per day or more. So what you sometimes see international oil companies do is actually delay increasing production to prevent the uptick in the percentage of the profit oil that will actually go to the government. So one of the things that you want to look for in the hydrocarbon law is to see if there's any requirements to push for higher production on the part of the international oil company. If not, this is something that you might want to discuss with your exploration and operations team as to whether or not they might consider halting or curtailing production in order to curb the amount of share that would go and flow to the host government.